Hi, I'm Bill Padalon, the founding editor of Money Morning, and I want to welcome you all to this exclusive cryptocurrency millionaire summit, how to make a fast fortune on the global cryptocurrency boom. Now, before we get started, let me tell you that we're going to do our best to answer any questions you have about cryptocurrency, which is, a pretty complicated topic, pretty new. It's fascinating too. It's pretty exciting. It's a big opportunity. So don't hesitate, to leave a comment with your question, and we'll try to get to it before the end of our session. Anyway, thank you all for joining us today. Now, let me start by saying that the amount of money that's pouring into the digital currency realm is just exploding. It's an opportunity like no other we've seen here recently. Bitcoin, one of the pioneering cryptocurrencies, alone has close to a $42 billion market cap. And one of its successors, Ethereum, which we're going to talk a lot about today, is close behind. I mean, this is such a big deal that several Fortune 500 companies are already getting involved. From banks like JP Morgan Chase, UBS, ING, and Credit Suisse to tech pioneers like Microsoft and Intel. Over the last few months, hundreds of companies have joined the nonprofit Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, including global names like Toyota, Merck, MasterCard, and Samsung, to build tools that will make Ethereum a mainstream currency and one that's useful in corporate settings. And dozens more of the richest, most powerful companies in the world are on the verge of joining as well. We're also seeing the influence of digital currency in the finance industry. Abigail Johnson, the CEO of Fidelity, is one of the most powerful people in finance. She runs the huge mutual fund company that a lot of us have our 401ks with, and she rarely does press appearances. But at a recent digital currency conference, she proudly took the stage announcing, "I'm here because I love this stuff and all that the future might hold." And shortly after this, Fidelity announced it will have a full digital currency integration, including Ethereum. For investors, all of this is creating a tidal wave of profits unlike anything we've ever seen. Ordinary Americans who took a small sum of money and 6 minutes to set up an account are now raking in millions of dollars. And the media has been raving. The Wall Street Journal, for instance, reports that digital currency will transform finance for millions. Forbes said that the potential is staggering. And according to HuffPost, cryptocurrency is now starting to challenge gold as the investment of choice around the world. Now, I have some good news for you, and it's why this cryptocurrency summit we're holding today is so timely. There is a huge series of catalysts emerging, and they can unleash a new cryptocurrency boom that will blow the doors off anything we've seen to this point. We'll get to that in a few moments. But before I do, I'd like to introduce you to a real expert, someone who can help me explain exactly what's happening here, someone who can show you exactly how to profit from cryptocurrency. His name is Michael Robinson. He's a 33-year Silicon Valley veteran, and he's a guy who has been front and center of the cryptocurrency boom since before the beginning. In fact, in 2013, Michael released the Bitcoin Virtual Roadmap to a limited number of regular investors. If you were lucky enough to get your hands on a copy when it was first published, you could have seen gains of more than 569% in less than 6 weeks. If you bought Bitcoin and held on to it until now, you could have seen gains of over 1,663%. Now remember, what we're talking about in this session can produce gains much bigger than anything we've ever seen before. We believe that early adopters could see up to 319,000% gains and millions of dollars in profits. Michael, it's great to have you here.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Bill. As always, great to talk with you.
Now, Michael, I want to talk about some major cryptocurrency catalysts in a moment, and you're going to cover them in great detail and show folks how they can profit immediately. But first, and this is important, I want everyone to know that when it comes to picking the best and most lucrative investments, you've got a track record that can't be beat. I just told our listeners about the gains Bitcoin produced since your original report, the Bitcoin Virtual Roadmap. Since then, you've been heavily involved in several frontier industries like virtual reality, microsensors, defense tech, and your latest, penny pot stocks. And looking at some of the letters your readers have sent you, you've shown a lot of people how to make a lot of money. One of your readers wrote in saying he made over $39,000 in just a month and a half by following your recommendations. Another says he made $17,000 in about 3 weeks. And here's a third that said he made nearly $45,000 in under a month. Now he's targeting his first million. And these are just 3 examples from the countless letters you've received. The amount of money these folks made is staggering. And it has to feel just great to make such a difference in these people's lives.
You know, Bill, it absolutely does. And look, When it comes to the digital currency boom, I've been telling people all along, if you don't invest in cryptocurrencies right now, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. This truly is one of those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. It's the best chance I've ever seen to turn a small amount of money, even as little as only $50 or $100, into huge cash windfalls in a very short period of time. And let me be clear, this isn't some new fad that just popped up out of nowhere. Cryptocurrencies have been in development for years. In fact, it's been said that Thomas Edison himself had written of theoretical cryptocurrencies in his journals more than 100 years ago. Now, big banks like JP Morgan and tech giants like Microsoft are uniting to build versions of the software that will fuel the adoption of cryptocurrencies all around the world.
Now, what exactly are you talking about here? Because I know there are a lot of folks out there who don't fully understand how cryptocurrencies like Ethereum or Bitcoin actually work.
That's all right, Bill. That's why I'm here, and this is a question I hear time and time again. If you're still having some trouble wrapping your head around the concept of Ethereum, don't worry, you're not alone. So here's an analogy I like to use so you can better understand what we're talking about. Just imagine one of the books you have on your coffee table at home is actually magic. There are people around the world who also have a copy of the magic book. Now, if you write something into the book, it appears in all of the other copies of the book around the world permanently. Nobody, not even you, can erase what you wrote into that book or what someone else wrote into that book. That's the idea behind blockchain technology. That's the idea that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of the other cryptocurrencies are based on. Any digital transaction made comes with an airtight proof of stake. It's why all of these Fortune 500 companies are rushing to get in on the technology.
Okay, so we've all heard the fable about the big bad wolf. So let's kind of shift into the digital realm. So what you're saying is that this blockchain technology keeps the big bad wolf types from manipulating the value of cryptocurrencies?
That's exactly right, Bill. For example, all Bitcoin transactions are logged with blockchain technology. If I give you 1 Bitcoin, the blockchain would write into the magic book, I gave Bill 1 Bitcoin. The magic book, or the whole blockchain network, now universally recognizes that I've given you 1 Bitcoin. Now you have a Bitcoin and an entry in the magic book. No one, anywhere, can ever deny it. So, if you decide to buy something in Bitcoin, the magic book can confirm you had 1 Bitcoin and have now made a purchase.
So Michael, it sounds a little bit like keeping money in a bank account. If someone in Thailand pulls 5,000 bucks out of my bank account, I can see it. The bank can see it.
I know exactly what you're saying, Bill. The thing is, with these cryptocurrencies, the underlying technology makes it much, much more secure. No one in Thailand would ever be able to pull any amount of money out of your Ethereum wallet. Moreover, any money you still have in Ethereum is non-taxable, which is one of the many things I love about this investment. It's a 100% legal tax haven. It's like keeping your money in a Cayman Island bank account. That is, Bill, if the Cayman Island Bank offered a potential for an exceptional 319,000% gain.
So let me get this straight, Michael. You mean to say that putting your money in cryptocurrencies like Ethereum is more secure than having your money in the bank, and you can receive tax benefits as well?
Absolutely. And Ethereum even takes your financial security one step further with an idea called smart contracts. You can write your own smart contracts with Ethereum, and they will act as your personal broker. When you negotiate a deal, it will execute automatically when certain criteria are met. To put it simply, it can operate as your digital bounty hunter when the other party won't pay up. With this digital bounty hunter, you don't have to wait for the collection to be made. It comes to you the instant the criteria are met. Smart contracts can also function like an election, so that funds are only spent when a certain percentage of people agree, and they can even manage agreements between users. Say you're buying insurance. A smart contract will ensure that you automatically pay your premium. As we all know, insurance companies will make sure of that as well. But in the event that you need to use your insurance, your contract could be executed automatically, and the insurance company would pay you your due instantly.
Okay, Michael. So let's say some shady character or some other person wanted to erase a contract after it was agreed upon.
Like I mentioned, Bill, no record can ever be deleted from the book. More importantly, central agencies like the Fed or the IMF cannot, and I want to stress this, cannot manipulate what's in the book like they can with currencies. Once the terms of a contract are agreed upon, nobody, I repeat, nobody can. Retracting or manipulating an agreement is nearly impossible. Smart contracts work on an if-then premise, and all transactions are verified by a large network, so you can expect a faultless contract fulfillment. There's a reason why people are itching to use this tech in anything ranging from financial derivatives to crowdfunding agreements. Smart contracts completely avoid the back and forth inefficiency we've gotten used to in the world, and they are setting a very high standard for security.
So Michael, is Ethereum actually safer than the US dollar or gold?
Bill, it certainly is designed to be, and it's all because of the underlying technology.